those of you not interested in archery, there's this Tendonitis Wiggly Jig. For those of you interested in archery, this could very well apply. I would be unable to practice archery, play guitar. Really, I'd be unable to do the work I need to do if I hadn't devised this really stupidly simple thing that I call the Tendonitis Wiggly Jig. In this particular case, it is a piece of scrap epay decking, which is a dense hardwood with a good weight. So it's a nice stable piece, and it looks nice. I had a predecessor to this, which was a 2x6 piece of pine, and it worked. It was ugly, and it was also a bit larger. This, I redid it this way because it was less aesthetically offensive. I don't mind looking at this laying around on my bed. The concept is very simple. You have the board, finish it, don't finish it, whatever you want. I drill 2 holes. These are cherry wood scraps, which I used for this purpose, and I sanded it to the shape that fit my ailment. In this case, tendonitis set in about a year ago. I don't know what the ultimate cause is, but it might have been from using a chipping hammer, a 35-pound chipping hammer, for 3 days on scaffolding, demolishing a wall. But for 4 months, I could not even squeeze a dish sponge. With my right hand, I could not squeeze a sponge. I could barely brush my teeth and other such things. This has really helped. It's helped a lot. 2 holes, piece of cherry wood shaped as I require. Drill 2 holes in the block. Insert the dowels, glue or not glue, whatever. These are pretty substantial dowels. I don't know what the exact width is. You plop that in there, and I generally use this in bed. It can be used on a desk, a workbench, or on the floor, and I mostly use it in bed. And in this case, I have a weighted, flexible ball that's probably filled with iron or steel shavings. I place that in my hand, and it allows me to apply a lot more weight and pressure than I can with my own fingers. And depending on how you design your insert, or whatever you'd call this, it can really get to the problem. So I will put my arm on it, and wherever these trigger points or pressure points are, I'll find them. And you don't really have to have a weight. You could use your own. You could lean on it. You can use a dumbbell, a rock, whatever you need. It's very simple, but I find it very effective. I use it on both arms, and it keeps me going. I wouldn't be able to play guitar, archery, or lots of things without it. Very, very easy to make if you were to do so, or you think the idea is worthwhile. Very easy to make, cheap, simple, highly effective. That being said, I noticed that I have 14 subscribers. Not a real big number. When I subscribe to a channel, I often do so because I'm interested in future content. I have free bows and some silly ideas. I don't know what to do with that. If anyone can take the time to leave a comment suggesting what I might be able to do, 99% of my focus will be on archery, and as mentioned, not conventional archery. I'd rather throw a rock than use a Mediterranean draw and have a shelf and all sorts of lasers and gizmos on my bow. So I'm all about thumb release has probably been made clear, but my ultimate bow is a symmetrical grip, no shelf, ambidextrous. So that's how I shoot. I don't know how many subscribers or people who watch this care about that or what. At the archery club, I have to obey the rules. It's a really, really nice archery club. Very, very nice archery club. A lot of space, a lot of targets. Have to obey the rules and limited to some of the things I can do. My friend's property where we have the foam pig and the crusty old target. We have about a 30-yard length we can shoot there. We can shoot anything we want. We can shoot upside down, however. So there's that, a bit more freedom there, but its own limitations. If anyone has any ideas, let me know on what I can do. I have been working with machinable wax, making some rings. I have one that I am having cast into bronze. So for those who are interested in thumb rings, I'll do a follow-up once that casting is done. And eventually, when I get the funding, I intend to produce a line of rings, probably of one style that I find really effective, and have them in probably 10 different sizes. I don't know if I can accommodate the millions of different sizes for people's thumbs, but if anyone's interested, I'll be making my own thumb rings. This is, as I've shown before, this is my favorite, and I made that out of a solid billet of aluminum. Started is that, and this works really well. I've never owned a thumb ring designed by someone else. I began making wooden rings, and the first two aluminum ones I made by hand with a file and a sawzall. It was miserable, and they didn't work out so well. I ended up acquiring a Dremel and a couple of other techniques to make these and some of the later models. But they work really well. I don't know if one day I'll pick up a thumb ring made by Vermeil or Custom Thumb Rings and say, holy crap, why have I been wasting my time? These are so much better. But I think I'm onto something. I think these designs are pretty good. I looked at many thumb rings coming up with these, before coming up with these, and I think it works. So if someone out there is interested, let me know, and I'll be working toward having a selection of them. Well, that's the wiggly jig, as I call it. And if you're having trouble with tendonitis, try it. It's a dumb, simple idea that really works, and I would not be able to shoot without it. That's it.